Salute, people. It is your boy Tony the Savant back again, and I'm just getting ready. We're about 30 minutes away from Caitlin Clark's final college basketball game. 30 minutes away from a championship game between her team, Iowa Hawkeyes, and South Carolina Gamecocks, powerhouse South Carolina Gamecocks. Uh, you may have heard a little bit of the pregame banter. I need to go get some coffee cream real quick. Get ready for this game. But I highlighted this a little bit in the previous stream, or the stream before this one. Hold on 1 second. Try to lock this door. Yeah. I highlighted a little bit of this conversation in my stream about Coach Dawn Staley uh, saying that she thinks that transgender should be accepted in women's sports. If you want to hear what I got to say about that one, man, go check that stream out. But this stream, man, I want to central a little bit what we talk about in that stream. Centralize the conversation. And the reason why I don't want to call it hatred, because I feel like hatred, something that you really got to be, invested in. I don't think these women have a hatred for Caitlin Clark. I think that they're hating on her because there's a bit of a jealousy there. Um, I highlighted in a conversation that we had about Coach Dawn um, comments. I highlighted that it's been Diana Taurasi, Brianna Stewart, Cheryl Swoops, Kelsey Plum. These are all names that carry weight in women's sports, that carry weight in the WNBA. But these names are also the young ladies that are uh, who I am calling out for their hating on Caitlin Clark. Because one, it's uncalled for. All right, Caitlin Clark. Yeah, you may have thought she was a hype job a year ago or 2 years ago, but I think she solidified this season that she's a real deal. That it's just not uh, a young lady on a team, competing against less competitive teams, and she's putting up these stats. She's putting up these stats against the top dogs. The very team that she's facing tonight, the South Carolina Gamecocks. She was the one that ended their chances to three-peat. So um, this girl just doesn't, put up stats against less competitive teams, which I was suspectful of when all of the Caitlin Clark hype started. You know, um, but nah, she's been able to uh, bring that big game to the big games, and so I've been impressed with her. But I've been noticing a growing uh, resentment of her amongst her peers. The people that should be embracing her, because this is something I'm been noticing, man. This is the hot take, really. There are more men supporting Caitlin Clark than there are women. And this is the problem in women's sports. This is the central issue in women's sports, where they do all of this, complaining. And I'm talking about the same names, the very same people that I just called out: Diana Taurasi, a legendary WNBA player; Kelsey Plum, recent WNBA champion, and a respectable player, not just amongst her colleagues, but among sports. Period. You know what I'm saying? I think Kelsey Plum holds some weight. She's had a phenomenal college career herself. But also, Cheryl Swoops, certified legend, probably, arguably the GOAT of the WNBA. All of these ladies on different levels should be embracing Caitlin Clark, who is, on the ladder, the totem pole. Caitlin Clark is still at the bottom, but as far as where she's at in her own particular lane and industry, the collegiate lane. She's built her way up the ranks, and she's earned her spot at the top of the, at the top of the top. She's earned her spot to be amongst the top of the top. Ooh. But yeah, outside of that, man, I feel like these girls, excuse me, these ladies, these women, these respectable athletes have been very disregarding in their behavior and their comments towards their behavior and their comments towards Caitlin Clark has been very off-putting. You know what I mean? To me personally, because what I'm starting to see is that, or what I'm starting to notice, uh, which is the central issue in women's sports, is that there are more men supporting women's sports than there are women. You know what I mean? The very thing that they are calling for and they want from us, we're appeasing, and we're giving it to them, and these women aren't even, following up with their own requests and demands, which is just laughable to me. It's been more dudes coming out and supporting Caitlin Clark, singing her praises, calling her to go, than there have been women. Uh, I was just listening to Steph Curry, sing her praises a minute ago. Well, it's just so sad because Diana Taurasi on live TV, um, now, albeit there was a controversial call, to kind of, it's been garnishing different opinions about that UConn and Iowa game. So I don't want to come in my little store. Uh, there have been some, mixed opinions about how the Iowa and UConn game ended, but I think that one thing we can agree on is that Caitlin Clark did her thing. She put on the show. She didn't shortchange us at all. She, even when she wasn't playing phenomenally well, she kept her head in the game, did other things to affect the game. You know, I'm not mad at her for that. 1 second, y'all. We're trying to get to the cashier before she leaves every time. Never had to. Up here, oh, sorry, how you doing? I was trying to run back up here before you left. I don't like to hold you up here. Hold you hostage. How you doing today?
How are you doing today?
I'm good. I'm good. Yeah, coffee cream start my day at 2 p.m.
Your total is 742. Appreciate your food.
Thank you so much, man.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Have a good day.
You too. Thank you. Sorry. Yeah. Diana Taurasi live on TV, bro. And now, and she said something that I agree with, so I don't want to, sound like tearing it down in any way like that. But live on TV, and I just think it's a business aspect, because we're gonna say sports rigged and all that stuff. See a lot of people getting all excited about the WrestleMania and all that stuff. We understand that sports is entertainment on a lot of levels, on some levels, but it's also a business on some levels. So I think that it's only smart. You see a phenomenon like Caitlin Clark, see something like her come about. It's only smart that everybody, get behind the train and push this momentum, because the more uh, money she's able to bring, the more attention she's able to bring, excuse me, the more money it's going to bring to the WNBA. And the women's sports in general. Yeah, man, these young ladies speaking down on her and doing their very best to tear her down. I ain't gonna lie, man. And I don't think it's the same exact thing, What kind of remind me when Michael Jordan first came into the league. Remember how a lot of people would be like, "Oh, he's talented, but it's not going to translate over to the NBA." I remember specifically, I think it was either Bill Walton or Mark Eaton. Well, it was Bill Walton, where he was just talking about how Jordan was an entertaining guard, but he wouldn't be able to win championships playing that way. And then years later, 10 years later, Michael Jordan was getting a statue in front of the Chicago Stadium or United Center. You know what I'm saying? So I think it might be a little bit of that going on here as well. Some of these older NBA, WNBA players are just accustomed to a certain mode, and then Caitlin Clark will be the one to destroy that mode and elevate the game. There might be some of that going on as well. But I am disgusted with these WNBA players' behavior, especially I listening to for years and years on end about them saying that men need to support women's sports and that men, you know what I mean, need to do this, that, and the third. And then as soon as the opportunity comes for them to rally around one of their own, they're not doing it. In fact, they're doing the total opposite. They're trying to tear this young lady down, and speak against her in a way where it's like, all right, man, if you're gonna say what you gotta say, keep it for behind the scenes, or at least save it for when it's on the court. You know, talk smack because I think it was Brianna Stewart or it might have been Diana Taurasi again. They were just saying that how when she gets into the WNBA, she's gonna have a reality check and be playing against professional players and all this kind of stuff. And it's like, yeah, well, Caitlin Clark is a professional player. What she's doing, again, amongst her peers, amongst the very women that she's going to be competing against on a professional level. All things considered, Angel Reese will be there. Paige Backers will be there. Camilla Cardoso, depending on how this game in a few minutes turns out, she'll be competing against her as well in the coming years. She's already shown that she can hang with these juggernaut names and very skilled players. So, I don't think that what Diana Taurasi was saying is going to hold much weight in that regard. She's already shown that she can compete with the best of the best basketball players, but with them just vehemently trying to tear this young lady down, it's weird. Very weird. And again, after years of hearing them complain about men not supporting their sports or them not being able to get just pay or equal pay, it's like, bro, y'all have that opportunity to do that now if you rally around this young lady. I mean, men do like Kellen Clark as far as what I can see. I know a lot of guys in the YouTube streets, a lot of guys that make sports content. All of them in unison have been embracing Kaylin Clark. The only ones I've not been seeing embrace Kaylin Clark are WNBA players, you know, and the legends, the WNBA legends. So it's weird energy, definitely, but we're about 15 minutes away from this game starting. So again, I'm gonna go ahead and get ready, get my coffee ready, get my spot on the couch, also get this speech ready. Uh, Letting these folks know at work I'm gonna have to call off tonight. It's looking ugly for them. Got a lot of work to do and get some videos up for y'all. So uh, y'all be good, man. Have a great day. Get a goal accomplished. We're gonna link up a little later. Peace.